Greetings all, peace and divine blessings, and welcome to another episode of Reflecting on Divinity. I am Ifarounke Dedre Prescott, and I am so grateful to share this sacred space with you. As always, you are invited to simply be present. You do not have to color along, but if you are, allow your hands to move freely, your heart to open, and your spirit to settle. Today, we are sitting with a phrase that speaks to the quiet power of deviation. Not in the loud, dramatic ways we sometimes imagine, but in the subtle moments when we slowly drift away from what we once intended. This week's phrase reads, "Whenever I deviate from original intent, I begin the creation of something new." Deviation from goals may also be unconscious and gradual, as I engage inherited default modes that have me making one step forward and two steps backward. Let us begin with the first line. Whenever I deviate from original intent, I begin the creation of something new. That is a truth we do not always consider. Deviation does not just interrupt creation, it is creation. Whether we are conscious of it or not, we are always forming timelines, laying foundations, giving energy to new realities. Every shift, every detour, every distraction becomes the seed of something else. So we must ask, what am I creating by accident? We often say, I changed my mind, as if it's nothing, as if it is a throwaway moment. But what if I told you that even that change has a vibration? Every thought, every decision, every word carries its own energetic fingerprint. Imagine this. You plan to walk to the shop, but suddenly you think, nah, I'll go tomorrow. That decision, casual as it seems, could change who you meet, what you see, and what crosses your path. One delay may lead to a detour. One detour to an entirely different story. It is not about fearing choices. It is about respecting the power of direction. Even the colors we choose to wear hold vibration. The words we speak shape the air around us. The way we enter a space, hurried or centered, draws different responses. These are not just acts, they are frequencies. And these frequencies are constantly calling things to us or pushing them away. So now the question deepens. Am I changing my mind in alignment with my original intent? Or am I subtly being steered by inherited patterns that are creating a different life without my knowing? The phrase then guides us deeper. Deviation from goals may also be unconscious and gradual. Here lies the real challenge. Not just the grand missteps, but the gentle drift, the slow forgettings, the familiar patterns that feel like, this is just how I am. But often, these patterns are not truly ours. They are borrowed, inherited. We absorb them from our upbringing, our culture, the stories of our ancestors, and the wounds of our lineage. These are what the phrase calls inherited default modes, the automatic responses that quietly steer us without our consent. But it is not just what we inherit. It is also what we train ourselves into. Every time we make a promise to ourselves and break it casually, every time we set an intention and treat it as disposable, we reinforce the belief that our word does not matter. And over time, we begin to drift, not just from our goals, but from the reverence we should hold for our own inner voice. There was a time when a man's or woman's word was sacred, a contract not only with others, but with self and with spirit. Now, more and more we vacillate, shifting decisions based on mood, whim, or convenience. And we fail to see that this undisciplined wavering cheapens our life. It teaches our system that we do not take ourselves seriously, that our intentions are flexible, that our words are not binding. And when our word is no longer sacred to us, we unconsciously begin to live a life where nothing feels sacred. But here's the truth. What we believe deep down is the foundation of all our actions. If we do not believe in the power of our own intent, we will continue to create from default, not design. And this is when we start to feel it, the quiet dissonance, the invisible resistance. We try to move forward, but something pulls us back. We set goals, we make decisions, we even say the right words aloud, but something in the system hesitates. It doubts. It does not believe we will follow through. And so the loop begins. One step forward, two steps back, again and again. It isn't always a sabotage. Sometimes it's just the residue of promises we broke to ourselves, the pattern of deciding and undoing, the muscle memory of not seeing things through. And when these modes take the wheel, we begin to live out a loop, making one step forward and two steps backward. That cycle can feel disheartening. Trying so hard, moving only to slide, climbing only to trip. And so we live in that in-between, trying to move ahead while dragging the weight of past inconsistencies. But beloved, hear this. Even the backwards step contains information. Even the missteps have maps. This reflection is not here to judge you. It is here to bring light, to lovingly say, look here, this is where you wandered. Now come home. There is no shame in drifting. There is only power in returning. This is not a condemnation. It is a call to begin honoring our own voice again, a call to become sacred with our word, not to be rigid, but to become reverent, to say, if I speak it, I will walk it. If I choose it, I will honor it. If I begin, I will carry it with care, even if the pace is slow. So, I invite you today to reflect. Where in your life have you shifted quietly away from what you originally intended? What patterns might be leading your steps without your conscious permission? And what would it look like, just for today, to take one small step, one small steady step in the direction of your truth? Let that step be sacred. Let it be enough. As always, I thank you for your presence. This space is sacred because you bring your light to it. Until next time, may you feel the warmth of your own alignment calling you gently home. Stay anchored in awareness, stay tender with yourself, and keep reflecting on the divinity that lives in and through you. Blessings.